Hey guys, a good Sunday morning. What is going on out there today? Hey, it's Brent Abel here at WebTennis.com. Hope you're having a great start to your day wherever you are. I am here in the Southern California desert, Rancho Mirage, the Mission Hills Country Club. Pretty darn close to grass court number 10, maybe about a 37 walk from grass court 10 from my front gate. Walk on out there, turn to my left. There's the grass. There's the San Juan Jacinto mountain range out there. And I go, Brenny, do not screw this up. This is way too good. So anyway, looking forward to a spectacular day here in the desert. Hope you are as well wherever you are. Look, I got a short message today, short because we don't have the great Jeff Jacklich with us today. He called in a little under the weather this morning, so hopefully he's going to be on the mend quickly. Hey, Rich, good morning. Always great to have you join in. Thank you very much. And by the way, looking forward to being a big part of this year's 2024 Pacific Coast Senior Tournament up at the Berkeley Tennis Club, meaning Northern California from where I am, Berkeley, California. Hey, Mark, good morning. And yeah, I mean, one of the great tennis clubs in the United States, if not the world. There's so much history at that club, the Berkeley Tennis Club. If you've never been there, it is spectacular. The setting is unbelievable, nestled right below the Claremont Hotel, now known as the Claremont Resort. I can't go over the resort. I've always known it as a kid growing up there, but a 7-minute walk to the Berkeley Tennis Club, 34 Alvarado Road. Yeah, walk down through the parking lot there of the hotel. And anyway, it's just a great club. If you guys are looking for a tournament, it is May 23rd through May 27th. The 27th is a Monday. It's Memorial Day. Yours truly running the player experience, which means I'm on the tournament desk. We're doing the scheduling. We're just elevating the player experience to what we're calling a concierge level experience. So look, if you're looking for a great tournament, it's a level 2, USTA level 2. It's got some quality points to it, or it's got some sizable points. A lot of the events play like a category 1. It's that kind of quality in terms of players in there, and ITF 700. So look, if you're on the fence about traveling, let me know. I've got some recommendations for you. The Claremont Resort Hotel has got a special rate. And yeah, so, and if you've not played a tournament before, this would be a great experience for you to get started. So let me know, Brent at WebTennis.com, if you've got any questions, and more than happy to help you out. So look, today, guys, let's get into it. Again, a short message for you today because I am going solo. And what's the right shot? Number 416, a much better shot. A much better shot choice. And what I really want to kind of get inside your head today is a couple of things. Number one is that here we go. It looks like a little approach. And right here, what is a much better shot choice? Yeah, so you guys I think have seen this video before. You probably have at this point, and so the shot choice, I think, it's going to be it's going to be up the line. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be up the line. The problem with thinking up the line is literally what we call it. Right, is we call it up the line. It should be called something completely different, right? And, we talk a lot about a 2-shot mindset, right? So, but when you say up the line, I'm going up the line. I mean, unless the guy is standing there, then it's probably a 2-shot mindset. But why would you probably would go somewhere else if the guy's actually standing over there on the line. So typically what happens is it's a 1-shot mindset. And we got to get that out of your head. And this is a mistake that I used to make with this, is I would be thinking about the forever phrase in tennis, up the line, right? And so to me that meant, well, up the line, literally. And so, what I want you to be thinking about is something I got from Dave Severson at the beginning of 2023. And as you guys know, if you've been with me at any time or any amount of time recently, 2023 was my year. I mean, it was just like I'd already had I thought 40 years, a good career, right? 11 national USA gold balls in both singles and in doubles before we started the year. And he put something in my head early last year, a year ago, I don't know, January, February, something like that, of shot choice. And really what he told me was take the sideline out of it. And what that meant to me was, okay, so we're no longer thinking up the line. We're now going to go somewhere in that, somewhere inside the line, meaning that if I'm going to take the sideline out of it, well, okay, let's make it 3 or 4 feet. Let's make it 3 or 4 feet where we do take the sideline out of it. And if since all shot choices are in theory a two-shot mindset, I'm going to play it over there. I'm assuming the guy's going to get there because even if he's fallen down on the other side of the court, there's always a chance he can get up and just anticipate or guess where we're going to play our shot. And so if we keep thinking, well, the guy's falling down, but I'm going up the line, what are the chances that we might be a hair late? Well, they're pretty good because we're putting pressure on ourselves. And once we put pressure on ourselves to really hit a just incredibly detailed, tight window, accurate shot up the line, we get a little tight. And once we get a little tight, the chances of our timing being a hair late go way up. And if you're a hair late and you're going up the line, you're wide. You're going to be in the alley. And we don't want that. So what we rather would have was, well, if we're to take the sideline out of it, let's call it 3 feet inside the line. That's taking the sideline out of it. If he gets there, okay, we're okay with that. We've already talked about the Dick Johnson thing. Hey, I'm going to hit a quality shot. I'm assuming the guy's going to get there because he's good. And I'm assuming it's coming back, right? And that's okay. And whatever does come back, we'll just take it from there. So what's the premise of what's the right shot? It's two things. Number one, it's going to be shot choice, where you want the ball to land over there. Well, we no longer, if you're thinking about take the sideline out of it, we're no longer thinking that shot choice is going to be close to the line. And since what's the right shot also includes what's the next best court position, all right, we're going to play it 3 feet inside the line. We're taking that out of it, and we're going to get ready to play another shot because we just assume that there's a good chance it's coming back. That's okay. And the reality is when you take the sideline out of it, the guy rarely gets to it. It's crazy, right? And I practiced a lot with Dave at the beginning of last year. He was nice enough to let me come on over to La Quinta Resort. He'd come over to the desert and play in the grass occasionally. But that was kind of the whole message every time we would play sets is take the sideline out of it. And I'm telling you, to go back to the year I had last year, it made such an unbelievable difference, not only in singles, but in doubles as well. And that this right here, this quote, I think was the thing that yielded 10 additional USA gold balls and a world doubles title in 2023. So I want you to, and look, in my practice partners, we're talking about this all the time. Let me ask you this. Here's where the ball lands right here. What do you think? What's that? 3 feet? Easy. 3.5 feet, maybe 4 feet, possibility, right? So even if the guy gets there, is he going to be stretched out? He is, right? He's going to be, and if he's really stretched out, really scrambling for that shot, what are the chances of it coming back? Some, but not great. And even if it does come back, is he going to need another step or two once he chunks it back to be able to recover to the middle? Absolutely. So all you need to do then is just bunt it into the wide open court where he's standing right now. You're going to win the point 100% of the time. So I want you to embrace this mindset of uh, just take the sideline out of it and change how you think about going for a possible, let's call it a shot that bounces twice, right? It's a winner. If the ball bounces twice, it's a winner. So rather than thinking winner, the Severson 12. Okay, well, I got ahead of myself here. So that's the message today. And look, I asked Dave, and if you don't know Dave Severson, he's a few years younger than I am. I've always got he's I think he comes into the 75s next year, and he's typically always one of the top, or one or two guys in his age group year after year. So I've got him for a couple of years in my age group every time. And I remember a few years ago, I asked him, I said, "Hey, look, would you write down for me, what do you think are the important things about me becoming a better player?" And I wasn't thinking about just tennis in general. I was just thinking about, hey, for me, Dave, can you help me out? What do you think I need to work on with my game? And so he took a couple days, and then he sent me this thing. It had 12 different bullet points to it. And I read it, and I just said, I got to share this. This thing is too good. And so I called it the Severson 12. And so, look, if you want a copy of it, it's a PDF. I'm going to send an email out this morning, and it's going to have a link to it. So if you don't get the email, send me an email, Brent@WebTennis.com. I'll make sure that you get a copy of it. It's free. I'm going to, it's too good. I'm going to share it. And a lot of you already have it. I know that, and that's fine. But if you don't have it, I think you ought to pick this thing up. Expect this email in the next couple of hours. Here it is, 8:12 out here in the Pacific time zone. Give me a couple hours. I got a couple things I got to do this morning. But I'll get it out to you, and there'll be a link. Just go to it, pick it up, and go through it. And I think what we'll probably do next week is kind of cherry pick one, maybe each day, as part of what we're going to do next week with the What's the Right Shot episodes. But there you have it. So what does ITF 700 mean, Mark? So there's two tennis associations, right? There's the USTA, United States Tennis Association, and they have Category 1 tournament level tournaments, which are the gold ball events. Typically, each age group has got 4 different events every year. There's the indoors, there's the hard courts, there's the clay, and there's the grass, right? There's singles and doubles in each one of those, typically. And so and those are 1,000 point tournaments in terms of the ITF. I'll get to that in just a second. And then the USCA, after Category 1, they have Category 2s, right? And those are got a different amount of points associated to them in terms of rankings, that kind of thing. And then the ITF, the International Tennis Federation, has their own association, which kind of governs all of the world tournaments, and so they're trying to bring in the USTA and other tennis associations around the world in different countries, bring them all under the umbrella of the ITF, the International Tennis Federation. So the big tournaments, like our level ones, our category ones, have 1,000 points, ITF 1,000 points. And this is just world rankings, right? ITF, International Tennis Federation. The ITF also houses, or is the umbrella for, the points awarded, I believe, with the WTA and the ATP as well. So that's what that means, the ITF 700. If the opponent gets to the ball, where's the best position for you to be in? Well, there's no best, it's more when. I mean, in this shot that I've just hit, I'm going to play it 3 to 4 feet inside the sideline, meaning I'm taking it out of it, because if I'm a hair late on that shot, okay, I'm good. The ball now maybe ends up a foot or 2 inside the sideline, right? And then assuming the guy's going to get there, I'm going to then just move back to just before he makes contact, split step. So it's more when It's not where. Look, if I play this shot 3 to 4 feet inside the sideline, I'm going to hair early. Yeah, maybe it kind of goes back to the middle, and now I really got to scramble, right? Because he's going to get on it sooner than if I play it either 3 or 4 feet inside or a hair late 1 or 2 feet inside the sideline, right? So it's not where, it's when. You have to split step depending on when they're about to make contact on it. And that's part of your shot choice, right? You're kind of calculating, well, where's my opponent when I make this shot? If they're right in the middle, then yeah, you probably have got to make sure that if you're going to go 3, 4 feet inside the sideline and they're right in the middle as you play the shot, as my opponent's not right in the middle, pretty close. Yeah, you better make sure that you can cover up the court if they guess where your shot choice is going to be, which means that you can never cover 100% of the court. You just can't do it. You can cover about 80% of the court based on your shot choice. So if you want to maximize covering 80% of the court based on your shot choice, got to be smart with where you play it, right? And like sometimes if I've got my opponent who is sitting back there and he's in the middle of the court, but yet maybe he's on the baseline or behind it, maybe I don't go with a slider 3 or 4 feet up the line or inside the line. Maybe I go with a dropper because now I'm just going, well, the guy's back behind the baseline. Obviously he's not in this situation, but maybe he's looking for that drop shot because maybe I've shown it. So there's no where, Susanna, it's when, right? When do you split step is totally dependent on when they're about to make contact with your shot. Ideally, you'd like to be back in the middle of the court, but you can only cover 80%. And even if you're back in the middle of the court, you can't cover the shot where the guy goes, an inch inside the line. I'm going to let him have that shot. You can't cover that thing where he gets around the outside corner of the ball and somehow gets that unbelievably sharp cross-court angle. You can't cover that. So I'll give them. So now you're giving 10% up the line. You're giving 10% of the court cross-court. Maybe they hit a great topper lob. All right, that's fine. But best you can do is cover 80% of the court at any given moment. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys. That's it. That's it for me today. Look, hope you loved today's episode, and hopefully we'll get Jeff back tomorrow, feeling better. Look, would love for you if you haven't subscribed yet to the YouTube channel, WebTennis YouTube channel. Would love you to do so. Or almost. I mean, this morning I looked at the stats. I think we were 1 or 2 away from 16,000. So if you have not done that yet, if you're over on Facebook, go over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/WebTennis and subscribe. Really helps me out a lot in terms of getting my reach out to more tennis players with the algorithm over at YouTube. And then make sure that you click the notification bell over there at YouTube as well so that you're always notified anytime I upload new content and or go live. So guys, let's change the phrase up the line. Let's change that and let's change it to inside the line. Let's change it to let's play this shot well inside the line. And guess what? You're going to be good. All right, guys. Hope this has been helpful today. As always, you can leave a comment, question, remark down below in the comments area, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Actually, for your Twitter as well, you can do that there. I love to read those and respond. Promise to do that. If you want to keep the conversation private, go for it. We can do that. Brent at WebTennis.com. And yeah, look, I know a lot of you guys have been picking up this laminated card that I put together for you. One side's got the 4 parts between points routine. Pull it out of your tennis bag. Laminated mean that you can't destroy this thing, right? You put it in your bag and you can get your gear in and out of the bag and no problem. This thing will not get torn up. But put it on the bench when you're playing a match. So it's always a reminder for you with the 4 parts between points routine. If you're not doing it, you got to be doing it. Helps you really play at the top of your skill level range, point after point after point. And then look, the other side are my 7 topspin kick serve cues, where I love it in practice. You pull it out on the bench in practice, and anytime you take a little water break, you get to cherry pick one of these. Maybe you're working on your serve or something else. Maybe you're playing practice points or practice set, whatever it is. But it helps you cherry pick one of the topspin kick serve cues that you can then really focus on and make sure that you're getting the most out of your topspin serve. Look, in the emails I've been sending out the last few days, there's a link that will take you to that. It's $15. I'm paying for the shipping anywhere in the world. In fact, I've got one here for a lady in Ireland that's got to go out this morning. But so I'll pick up the shipping and handling. $15 get you the card. I'll send it out to you within 24 hours of receiving your order. And if you are not getting those emails about a link with a link to get that card, let me know. Brent at WebTennis.com. All right, guys, that's it. Let's get out there. Let's help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again next time.